Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well. So today it is time for another baby update. It feels like ages since I did the last one. It's just been a month, but a lot has happened in that month. So yeah, today is River's 2 month update. I can't talk today. And yeah, there's loads to update you on. We cannot believe that our little girl is 2 months old already. It has literally flown by. I know that everyone says that, but when you've got two and like 80% of your time is like spent running after a rogue toddler, like it really does fly. Like I don't feel like I've blinked since she's been born, and now we're here. So it's absolutely been mental, but yeah, River is just an absolute little sweetheart. She is such a chilled out baby. We're so lucky. But yeah, I'll go into more detail about that later. But let's start with her feeding. So this month I actually went with River to a infant feeding clinic. I think I said in my last update that she was just taking a heck of a long time to feed, and in my gut I just felt that something wasn't quite right. So I got her referred to an infant feeding clinic by the health visitor, and yeah, it was kind of discovered that she just has a bit of a high palate, which is, it's kind of something that tends to go hand in hand with a tongue tie, but she doesn't have a tongue tie. It's just the high palate. So yeah, that kind of explained a lot, and the woman was so helpful when she just basically explained that when she is feeding, she's actually taking the teat to the wrong place in her mouth, because if she takes it to the soft palate where it's supposed to go, it makes her gag. So yeah, it's basically something that she's going to grow out of. She's already improved. She currently takes probably about half an hour to 45 minutes to feed, and she doesn't eat as much as I would like her to, if I'm completely honest. I think she eats around 3 ounces per feed on average, and during the day she goes 3 to 4 hours between feeds. So I would like her to be eating a little bit more, but she seems happy. She's growing out of her like baby grows and things like that, and the health visitor assured me that really it's nothing to worry about as long as she's happy and she's not hungry. Like some babies just eat less. So I think that's just the way she is, and she's just not a very hungry baby. Going on to sleeping then, and this is where I am most proud of our little girl. A couple of weeks ago she went through a phase of sleeping 9 hours at night. She had, I think it was probably 4 or 5 nights that she did that for. So she went from sort of like between 6 and 7 her bedtime feed, and then she'd go right through till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and it was insane. Like I didn't know that babies could do that. It's crazy. And I've actually looked back at Lawson's 2 month update, and he was still feeding every 3 hours at night, and I'm pretty sure he did that probably until he was like 6 months or so. Like he was really bad sleeper. So River in comparison is an absolute dream. But yeah, since then she's had a couple of up and down nights. She had one night where she went every 3 hours again, and mostly at the moment she'll go sort of 6-7 hours at a time. So last night, for example, she went from 6:30 till about 2:30, and then she woke up at around 6 this morning. So that's kind of like her average, is between 6 and 7 hours that she'll go, which is incredible. It makes such a difference not being too sleep deprived. Like I remember just feeling like a zombie for months and months with Lawson. But yeah, the difference that having a decent amount of sleep is making, like it means I'm able to get on with stuff, I can function, I can focus on things. I'm not like a total zombie for Lawson. Like yeah, it's making a huge difference, and we feel so lucky that she's a good sleeper. She tends to have 3 naps a day. She will normally go down at about 9 AM, and then she'll sleep for a couple of hours, like 2 to 3 hours, until around 11 or 12, when she'll have like her lunchtime feed, and then she might go down again at around 12:30 until maybe around 3 or 4, and then she'll have like maybe little cat naps in the evening, but she tends to cluster feed in the evening. Normally she'll have a bottle at like 4 and then another bottle at 6, and then that will keep her that will push her through then until sort of early hours of the morning. So yeah, she's doing really well with her naps as well. We just put her on the sofa, like we make a little bed for her and she sleeps on her belly, and she's perfectly happy like that at the moment. I do want to, I don't know, I'm not in a rush to be honest, because it's quite convenient her being there while I'm playing with Lawson. Like it just helps me to keep an eye on her. But yeah, eventually I suppose I will put her in her Moses basket for day naps and things like that. But at the moment, while we're still adjusting, it's nice to just keep her there so I can keep an eye on her and I can play with Lawson, and it's just, yeah, it's just working a little bit better for us at the moment. She's had a bit of a cold, bless her. I think it's Lawson's fault. He picked it up from nursery and he's passed it around all of us. We've all been a little bit under the weather, and Mrs. Moo is no different. She's had a little bit of a sniffle and it's developed into a cough, but we did take her to the doctors the other day and they said that it's just kind of like a viral thing. So yeah, she seems to be improving and doing well, although today she's had her injections, and so I feel like we're going to be back to square one a little bit with that one. But yeah, fingers crossed she doesn't react too badly and doesn't get too much of a temperature. She still has thrush on her tongue. I can't believe it. I've just been to the chemist to pick her up another prescription for the treatment for that. It's just being so stubborn and it's just not going away. So yeah, we're going to try another treatment of the nystatin, I think it's called, the little liquid that you put on their tongue. I'm going to try another round of that and keep everything crossed that it like buggers off, because it's really annoying. And bless her, she just, it just doesn't look very nice, does it? And she must be really uncomfortable with it, and it's just a bit annoying. So yeah, we want it gone hopefully this week. In terms of development, she's developed loads in the last month. She smiles a lot now. She's got the most gorgeous smile. Her eyes are turning full on blue. I think she's going to probably have the same colour eyes as Lawson, and he's got gorgeous eyes, so we're really happy about that. Her neck is mentally strong, like she's really strong, and then she's also getting strong on her legs as well. She's starting to put weight on her legs a little bit more and like standing up. So yeah, in terms of development and like physical development, she's doing really well. Let's talk about Lawson then. He still absolutely adores his baby sister. He will give her cuddles and kisses now without being asked to. He will, whenever she cries, he goes and sits next to her and he'll actually say, "Don't cry." And if she's in the car seat, because she hates the car seat, he'll like rock it gently and just be like, "Don't cry." Or like he'll come up to us and be like, "Bobo," which is his word for dummy, because she needs her dummy. So yeah, he's just ever so sweet with her. But I have noticed a few little kind of jealous behaviours creeping in the last month. Sometimes if I'm feeding River and I'm on the sofa and Lawson is like on the floor just playing, he won't last that long before he starts moaning, before he starts touching things that he knows he's not allowed to touch. He will like bang into us. Sometimes if he's really angry, he'll hit. So yeah, those behaviours have sort of been creeping in, but I have found that actually if I feed her on the floor where Lawson is, he's a lot better and it's a lot more manageable, because it means that I can kind of half play with him like with one hand, and like also feed River. So yeah, I found that that really works and it just makes it a lot more manageable and the tantrums are a lot less if I do that. He also says her name as well. It kind of sounds like ear, but that's him saying River. So yeah, sometimes if he's in the car and I'm just taking him out, just me and him, he'll be like, "Where's River? Where's River?" but in his own little like words. Yeah, and he'll ask where she is. So yeah, he just absolutely loves her and it's so sweet. But I don't think he's got used to the fact that like I need to give her attention as well sometimes. On to me then, 2 months postpartum. I am doing pretty well. I feel very much kind of back to normal, which is lovely. The main thing that I'm focusing on now is just trying to repair my body. I'm literally seeing it as like rehabilitation or physio, because my body is absolutely bust. Like my pelvic floor and my core are so weak. I'm just gonna, yeah, I will say this because I bet I'm not alone in this. I have like little leaks here and there, and it's just really horrible, and it makes me feel really down actually. Like, it's been getting me down quite a lot, and so literally I'm working so hard to try and strengthen my pelvic floor and my core. I've joined a little company called Mummy Fit, and I've downloaded their 6-week postnatal program, which is like a 6-week block of workouts that are safe to do when you're postnatal. So yeah, I'm doing that and I'm finding that really useful. I've also done my own little Pilates workouts as well, specifically for my muscle separation, and just trying to sort that out. So yeah, literally I am doing stuff every single day to try and knit my body back together, because it does feel pretty broken still. Also trying to eat well and lose as much of this weight as possible. I still have about 29 pounds to lose. I'm currently 10 stone 6. I think I weighed myself this morning, so I'm 10 stone 6, and my goal weight where I was before Lawson, before any babies, I was 8 stone 5. So that is where I would like to get back to. I'm only little, I'm only 5'2" or 3, I never know. So yeah, 8 stone 5 is kind of like a healthy weight for me. And yeah, that's where I'm aiming to get back to really, but I will be updating you probably on the weekly vlogs, so make sure you check those out if you want to keep updated with my like weight loss and eating journey. And yeah, with hormones, it's still quite up and down. I have good days and bad days. Nowhere near how I felt with Lawson though. But yeah, I still have bad days sometimes. I still haven't had my first period. I'm still waiting on that. And I really feel like it needs to come. Like, some days I'm just so irritable and hormonal and teary, and then it will just, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm coming on, yay, it's coming, and then the next day I'll feel fine again. Literally I have no idea what's going on. So yeah, fingers crossed that that comes soon, because it's driving me insane not having my body kind of kick-started back into normal life. But yeah, aside from that, I'm doing really well. And yeah, I think that's everything I've got to update you on at 2 months. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Please give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more baby updates or catch up on my weekly vlogs, where I kind of update you about, well, I film every day, so it's just our daily lives basically. So yeah, subscribe if you want to check those out, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!